Sunrise and streaming on crossroadstoday.com. A life-saving drug is now more accessible in the Crossroads, where you can find it in Victoria. And healthcare enrollment faces a major shift, the changes that are impacting coverage options. Plus, Victoria ISD releases details on its proposed bond. They're planned for the over $200 million proposal.
And today on your Wednesday, we have a cold front that is going to blast through, bringing us some breezy winds and dry fire danger, but also, of course, chilly mornings and some roller coaster weather for the afternoons. All that in weather coming up.
Well, good morning, Crossroads. High school girls of 3 of our Victoria schools were in action last night. See the results from East, West, and St. Joe coming up in sports.
You're watching 25 News Now Sunrise. Good morning, Crossroads, and welcome to your Wednesday morning. And I don't know if it's gotten cloudier, but earlier the sky was so clear, and I could see my friend Orion. Hoping he sticks around for a little while, but once it gets closer to summer, he's going to go away.
Oh, that's right, because of the way that our Earth is tilted. Well, we are actually quite clear out there right now, and that's actually allowing us to be quite chilly out there because of what's called radiational cooling, where the clouds, which act as like a boundary, keeping all the heat at bay, it is now gone. You can see all the cloud deck is now actually exiting the region as we speak on our Victoria Live camera facing southeast, where all the clouds are. A couple upper level cirrus out there, but with the clouds pretty much vacated the region, we are chilly out there, 44 degrees, which is right in the money for what I was thinking the low would be today. Southwest winds of about 5, bringing us wind chills in the low 40s, so make sure you're bundling up this morning because we are all starting out about the same, mid-upper 40s. Got a couple of us trying to sneak into the low 40s, but upper 40s and low 50s on the coast because y'all folks are right next to the warmer Gulf water. But the rest of Texas, look at that, pretty much following suit. Got lots of 40s, couple 50s, and also a couple 30s and 20s out there because they're in the more mountainous regions of West Texas. But if you thought we were cold, look at the northern states. They have an Arctic front blowing through them, -3 in International Falls, and we have a normal cold front coming through later. So what that means is sending your kid out the door, grab the jacket. It'll be chilly in the morning and then breezy today. Those details next.
Victoria ISD releases details on a proposed bond. The proposed $240 million bond aims to support 18 schools across the district, focusing on infrastructure and plumbing improvements. Plans include merging elementary schools such as Dudley and Hopkins to expand campus size and increase teacher allocation per grade. The bond would increase the interest and sinking tax rate to just under 32 cents per $100 by 2027. Narcan access expands in the Crossroads. Narcan is now available at Midcoast Family Services and the Victoria Christian Assistance Ministry. It's used to help individuals experiencing an overdose by restoring their ability to breathe. Midcoast Family Services has partnered with the University of Texas Health in Houston to provide Narcan through vending machines for those in need.
It's life-saving. It's literally the difference between someone passing away in the event of an overdose or surviving. So it's life and death. And anytime you're talking about a life and death situation, that's why it's important to us.
One of the organization's missions is to prevent drug usage, and they aim to inform the public that Narcan is always available. The Justice Department has determined there is insufficient evidence to warrant a criminal investigation into the ICE officer who fatally shot Renee Good in Minneapolis. The source indicates that prosecutors were directed to focus their investigation on the actions of Good, her widow, and others potentially involved in ICE protests rather than on the officer's actions. Now to the escalating unrest in Minnesota. ABC's Lionel Moyes reports on the latest clashes and the investigation into the fatal shooting of Renee Good.
Anti-ICE protests intensifying in Minneapolis. Agents clashing with demonstrators 1 week after Renee Good was shot and killed by an ICE officer. And this morning, at least 6 federal prosecutors have resigned over how the case is being handled by the government, focusing on investigating Renee Good and her ties to protest groups. The Trump administration claiming she was a domestic terrorist. State and local officials outraged, saying the FBI is not sharing evidence.
The Department of Justice Civil Rights Department, which conducts use of force death investigations, has been excluded from this particular operation.
But Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche saying there is currently no basis for a criminal civil rights investigation. As for Renee Good, President Trump was asked what he would say to her father, Trump saying, "I would bet you that she, under normal circumstances, was a very solid, wonderful person, but her actions were pretty tough." Influential podcaster Joe Rogan weighing in, appearing to question the administration's immigration crackdown.
Are we really going to be the Gestapo? Where's your papers? Is that what we've come to?
Minnesota and the Twin Cities have filed lawsuits claiming agents were told to, quote, push the envelope of immigration enforcement tactics. President Trump responding saying, Minnesota Democrats love the unrest that anarchists and professional agitators are causing. Fear not, great people of Minnesota. The day of reckoning and retribution is coming. This week, we could get a ruling from a judge looking into whether ICE agents in Minnesota should be barred from using force, intimidation, or crowd control weapons against observers and protesters. Lionel Moise, ABC News, New York.
About 800,000 fewer people signed up for Affordable Care Act coverage compared to last year. The decline comes as the expiration of enhanced premium subsidies in December pushes up premiums. The federal government had offered the enhanced subsidies since 2021. On average, the expiration has doubled the price of premiums, but people can still enroll in plans through Thursday. For more local news, weather, and sports, come to crossroadstoday.com. It's now, let's take a look. It's 6:37 on our Wednesday morning. Here's a look at what's coming up next on 25 News Now Sunrise. Victoria College opens its doors to lifelong learners, the learning opportunities that may interest you.
Grocery prices are rising at the steepest level in nearly 3 years. I'm Nicole D'Antonio in Washington with the details and how the White House is responding.
And also coming up next after the break and the short-term forecast, well, with a cold front blowing in today, it is going to be windy, of course, but also dry. 20 to 30% humidity, allowing for fire danger. That's coming next. Well, good morning, Crossroads, and happy Weather Wednesday. I say Wednesday because it's going to be a windy day out there today as soon as that cold front blows in, which I'm sure a lot of y'all are expecting oh so impatiently because we've been waiting for a cold front ever since this last weekend. We've been talking about this. So timing that out, you can see the morning hours, not that breezy really at all. We're looking for gusts 15 to 20 miles an hour at times, but there's the front. And that's going to be our wind maker for today. So after the front passes, we're talking right around noon, maybe noon 30, 12:30, noon to 1 p.m. when it passes Victoria County. You'll notice it when it passes because winds will shift out of the north-northwest and they will pick up with gusts 30 to 35 miles an hour at times around our region. So what that means is if you have any lightweight, maybe loose items outside, like a light hanging basket with plants or any other light items, maybe a light pot or also an umbrella, make sure to put that away and secure it before it ends up in your neighbor's yard. Now going into tonight, here is 6 p.m. right around sunset actually. We'll see the wind start decreasing 20 to 25 at times, and going into overnight tonight, we'll continue that 20 to 25 at times with still parts of the front still blowing in. Now with a north wind, breezy at times, that's going to bring us some dry air. You heard me talking about it, 20 to 30% humidity for fire danger, high to extreme today. So pretty please, no burning out there. And also with dry air filtering in, I'm just going to press play. You can see we got lots of clear skies for the next several days. So make sure your sunglasses are packed and you're ready to go and enjoy our nice day today before we're cooling down with 2 more fronts. And we'll look at that next.
Tuesday night's jam-packed action started off a little bit early for us folks in Victoria at 5 p.m. for St. Joseph High School. And over at the Flyer Dome, the St. Joseph girls faced off against St. Mary's Hall, and the opening moments were competitive, highlighted by Michaela Moore sinking a three-pointer off a recovery and kickoff from Haley Thornton. However, St. Mary took control in the second quarter, and the Lady Flyers fell. Final score 65 to 49. And over at Victoria West, the Lady Warriors battled Marshall in a tight district matchup. The Warriors trailed the Buffaloes by just 2 points at halftime. And in a hard-fought game, both teams executed well with few slip-ups, but West showed better recovery and finishing strong, such as putbacks from Anna Zay Scott. And West also was able to showcase just a little bit of floor spacing ability as a key three-pointer was hit in this game. Victoria West went on to win the game with a final score of 45-41. And over at East, the Lady Titans hosted their district matchup against Lamar Consolidated and walked away with a dominant victory. The Lady Titans controlled the game from start to finishing strong with a final score of 50-23. East will be on the road to take on Fort Bend Kepner on Friday at 6:30 p.m. But that does it for your 25 News Now Sports. Until next time, I'm Ray Robinson.
Experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV through Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, Android TV. Just search for Crossroads Today Plus. Now for the latest on the state of the economy. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio reports from Washington as new inflation numbers indicate rising grocery prices.
This morning, rising prices at the grocery store. A new government report finding prices in the last month rose at the steepest rate since 2022. President Trump visiting a Ford factory in Detroit Tuesday, insisting the economy is growing stronger.
The Trump economic boom is officially begun.
The new report found overall inflation held steady at 2.7% compared to this time last year. But at the grocery store, coffee prices are up nearly 20%. Ground beef is up more than 15% and candy up 10%. Right now, the typical American household is spending $184 more each month to buy the same goods and services as a year ago. One bright spot, egg prices are down. The president placing some of the blame on the Federal Reserve while pushing for lower interest rates and attacking Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell. This week, Trump's Justice Department launched a criminal investigation into Powell and the renovations of Fed buildings in Washington. Powell says it's part of the president's pressure campaign.
They say the investigation into Jerome Powell is going to undermine confidence in the Fed.
Well, he's billions of dollars over budget, so he either is incompetent or he's crooked. I don't know what he is, but certainly he doesn't do a very good job.
A recent Quinnipiac University poll found nearly half of voters said they think the economy overall is getting worse, and 57% of voters said they disapproved of Trump's handling of the issue. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
Learning continues throughout life, and Victoria College provides opportunities for ongoing education. On Tuesday, Victoria College's Academy of Lifelong Learning hosted an open house showcasing educational and personal enrichment classes, social events, and day trip opportunities. Reba Roberson, a retired teacher and history instructor at the Academy, describes the rewards of participation.
This program is to introduce people to all the programs that are available through the Academy of Lifelong Learners, and people have an opportunity to come and walk and to look at the programs that are being offered and hopefully register and go learn something new.
The Academy of Lifelong Learning offers annual spring, summer, and fall programs. For more information, visit Victoria College's website at victoriacollege.edu/all. If you see news happening, let us know. Call the number on your screen to contact our newsroom or email us your tips at staff@crossroadstoday.com. It's now 6:45 on our Wednesday morning. Still to come on Sunrise. Planning a wedding or quinceañera? One Victoria event this Sunday puts everything you need in one place. All right, it's time to celebrate some birthdays. Happy birthday to Marley. Happy birthday, Marley, from Momo, Mom, Omar, and all your family. They love you and wish you many more.
Oh, happy birthday, Marley. And also happy birthday, bless you, Carl. Happy birthday to Felicity. Happy birthday. Your mom loves you and is so proud of you.
Happy birthday to our birthday cake winner, Connie. Happy 66th birthday, Connie, from your husband, daughters, and your son, and all your grandchildren and great-grandchildren. They love you so much.
Oh, that's so sweet. Happy birthday and congratulations, Connie. To see your birthday wish live on 25 News Now Sunrise, you can come to crossroadstoday.com. Just click the drop-down menu, then click the Home tab, and then you'll see Submit Your Birthday Photo.
All right, it's now 6:46 on our Wednesday morning. Happy birthday to Yusuke, and happy birthday to you if you're celebrating one today.
That's right. Happy birthday, y'all. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Well, good morning, Crossroads. I'm sure a lot of y'all saw our busy 7-day forecast once again a few moments ago. And again, I say busy because we don't have one, we don't have two. Can we go for 3 cold fronts? Yeah, that's right. We got now 3 fronts in the forecast. Next 7 days, and actually over the next 10 days, I think we have 4 cold fronts to talk about. So you can see the first 3 on your screen over the next 7 days. It's going to bring us, like I said earlier, some roller coaster weather, especially for the afternoons. And what I mean by that is our high temperature is going to go up, then down, and then up, and then down, and then going slowly back up, and then right back down. And you can see temperatures next Tuesday. I think we might even be looking for highs in the upper 50s because this third front is looking a little bit stronger than the rest of them. However, we might be up and down for the afternoons. The mornings will stay chilly. We're going to be looking at low temperatures then following several mornings in the 30s and 40s. We're looking at Saturday night, Sunday morning. Northern counties getting close to freezing, but I still don't think we're going to hit freezing just yet. Now, all 3 of those cold fronts are coming off of 3 separate low pressure systems, which each of these lows is actually, believe it or not, a fragment of the polar vortex, which you can kind of see spinning way up there right over the North Pole region. So all those low pressure systems coming out of Canada are going to send us a front each time. So starting out with the first one, before it gets here, look at a nice day today, highs in the low 70s. And then the front gets here, lows tomorrow morning drop into the upper 30s and low 40s, and high temperatures down into the low 60s. And we'll look at all that and more later on Sunrise.
I'm now joined by 2 local organizers of the Bridal and Quince Expo happening right here in Victoria. I'm joined by Miss Cynthia Nelms and Miss Tina Fuentes. Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
It's great to have y'all, and I am such a fan of this event. It's something that I look forward to at the beginning of every year. And I'm not a bride, but it's always nice to have a dream.
Yes, definitely. We host the Bridal and Quince Expo on Sunday, January 18th at the Victoria Community Center. The first 100 brides that come through get a free swag bag with giveaways, discounts, coupons.
You got to show your engagement ring, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
Well, that's incredible, and y'all are doing this together as part of your nonprofit event organization, NF Promotions.
Correct.
Talk to us about what it's been like organizing, coordinating. Take us behind the scenes.
So naturally come by the, someone asked me, so when do you get a break? You don't. So I'm getting ready for the next one as soon as this one's over.
Wow.
Reaching out to vendors, looking for models, makeup artists, hair artists. I mean, all the bridal stores. It's a well-organized event, and it takes a huge team to get this done. Volunteers. It takes everybody to make this event happen. We're just the brain of it, let's put this together for small businesses. This is where this started, was Tina came to me with an idea, and we took off there 4 years ago. This is our 4th bridal show, and it's to help small businesses grow. So we do really try really hard to keep our vendors local so that the city of Victoria knows what is offered here.
Yeah, that's great, because it has been going on since before.
Correct.
But y'all took it over. Did y'all add the Quince element into it?
Yes. That was a Tina. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Tina decided, hey, we don't have a Quince Expo here. Let's add that in, and it's done well.
Those are huge in bigger cities. They're huge. So that's great to incorporate. And considering we have over, I think it's 55% Hispanic population here in Victoria County, so that's very significant. And there's 6 Catholic churches too. But I love weddings in this area. I feel like a lot of the businesses here are niche, marketed toward big family events like a wedding, a quince, big milestones. So it's great to have all that information in one place.
Right, and not only that, even anniversaries, graduations. I mean, you can go in there and you don't even have to be a bride or a quince. I mean, there's going to be vendors of all types, so I mean, there's always an event going on. You celebrate a birthday every year, so you don't just have to be a bride or a quince to come to our event.
And it's $8 pre-sale, $10 at the door.
Correct.
Card or cash?
Both.
Both? Mm-hmm. Okay. And if you want to get a pre-sale ticket, how do we get in touch?
You'll go to www.zeffey.com, and you'll purchase your tickets there. and
Oh,
it'll
nice.
email right to you. It's a nonprofit, so we try to support the other nonprofits, just as we hope nonprofits support us. And so yeah, you'll just go on there, get your ticket, and get in your line and come enjoy the show, because it is a show.
Yeah, and you have food. I mean,
There's-
it's enough for lunch.
Right, there's food vendors, drink vendors, the fashion show, so it's a great show.
Oh, well, I'm excited. I hope to make it this year, and we'll be sure to post that information on our website along with this segment. Thank y'all so much.
Yes, thank you for having us.
It's my pleasure. All right. Well, just in a few minutes, we'll have News to Know Before You Go. We'll be right back. Victoria ISD is releasing more details on a proposed bond. The proposed $240 million bond would aim to help 18 schools across the district, from infrastructure to combining schools. 5 more private schools in the Crossroads applied to take part in the state's new Education Savings Account program. There are now 11 private schools in the Crossroads registered to join. The Texas legislature created the state's program last year. Learning is a lifelong process, and Victoria College is offering an opportunity to continue doing just that. Tuesday, VC's Academy of Lifelong Learning hosted an open house to share the different opportunities offered with the program. Narcan is now easier to get in the Crossroads. Narcan is now available at Midcoast Family Services and the Victoria Christian Assistance Ministry for no charge. Narcan can mean life or death in the event of an overdose. And we want to invite y'all to experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it through your connected TV, through Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, Android TV. Just search for Crossroads Today Plus. And now let's get a look at our forecast and maybe at that clear sky with Parker.
That's right. Actually, this morning, Carolina, look at the screen. Actually, all of you look at the screen. We've got some beautiful colors coming up above the horizon right now, y'all, with that sun coming up. But another thing y'all should go out and look at is the moon. The moon is actually still bright out there. I was actually just outside looking at it, but I can't find it on this camera. I've turned it around all the way around 360. It's actually down to the south right now, so we're probably about a little bit further to the right here if we're going to look for it. But this morning, if you're going to go look at that moon, or if you're heading out the door, grab your jacket because it's a little bit chilly, 44 right now in Victoria, and we're all starting out the day about the same, mid and upper 40s. So that's enough for me to say grab a jacket, and it is a little bit chilly. But for our folks on the coast, Port Lavaca, you're looking for a nice day. Just a bit breezy out there, high of 71 today. Wind gusts, like I said, 30 to 35 miles an hour at times. But for our friends in Port Lavaca, here's what I was going to point out. The moon right now is in a crescent/gibbous phase, a quarter moon phase, which means that there are what's called neap tides. Neap tides means that the water is at its lowest level down on the coast. So you might see the water levels down on the coastline, shoreline, quite low, maybe not even there, maybe receded out into the Gulf because the neap tides, but also because of our north wind blowing in. Looking for a high of 72 in Victoria, and about the exact same thing for all of that in Cuero, 72 today. So y'all get out there and enjoy the nice weather. Maybe take some pictures of the very low waters down there on the coast, but enjoy the nice weather because after this front arrives, we've got 2 more on the way that's going to continue making it feel like January all the way into next week. A little bit cool out there.
All right, and I think it's 18 days until the next full moon.
Okay, 18
so
days,
thank you
all right.
for that lunar forecast, Parker.
Of course.
And thank y'all for being with us this morning. Be sure to join Shonadon, Maclovio, and Max today for 25 now at 5, 6, and 10. Have a great Wednesday.